It was once just an idea until breaking ground in November of 2016, and now here it is in all its glory. Spectacular SoFi Stadium here in metropolitan Los Angeles. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the LA Chargers. Just about ready. Cameron Dicker has the honors, and we are underway here at SoFi. Oh, good move. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a gain of 13 and a very solid opening play for this offense.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They run again with Dowdle to the 43, second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the highlight. Make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300+ pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5. They run here with Dowdle. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Carolina. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. A running play, it's Dowdle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Young will set to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Bryce Young, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point. And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was Bryce Young who finished things off with a touchdown run. Touchdown. This is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. Powering his way forward. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn the status of one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap. And the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Here's Herbert. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. Loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I believe I can see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
Herbert off of play action. Short throw to Disley. Will go down as a gain of 6. 3rd and 7 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Herbert now. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
Given back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last 3 plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Hampton will score. Touchdown Chargers. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Young. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Nice little nifty play for him there. And that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. 71 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
On second down, they'll run it here. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now here's Young. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Deion Henley in there to bring him down.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Looking to throw, Young. That's taken in. It's Xavier again.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Rico Dowdle, 27 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
We see this a lot on third and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
On is Fitzgerald now for the PAT. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got a 1st and 10 at their own 25. The Charger drive about to get going. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Now Herbert off the bootleg. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hampton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 32 on the play.
He scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now, he's absolutely shredding them.
Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. On first down, it's Hampton. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
No matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
Second down and 3. A run once more with Hampton.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They need 2. Here's third down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Chargers are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Hampton going to try to punch it in.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
And they'll run again. Trying to find a lane, but he finds nothing but defenders. Stop for no gain at the 2-yard line.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his second touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a second. In motion goes the tight end. Now Herbert, 3rd and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always wanted to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
They will run for it with Hampton.
And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Panthers defense able to deliver the goal line stand. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
A former Oklahoma State Cowboy, it's Chuba Hubbard.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line.
Deion Henley there on the tackle.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to pump the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
He's having a big game running the football, but that will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
This now a 3rd and 4. Young to throw it. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line.
The Chargers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. The Charger drive about to get going. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
2nd down and 4. Again, it's Hampton. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Well, partner, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. Touchdown, LA! Rondé Gadsden, 45 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
For the get back, this revolution been televised. I fell through with the nicknames. Hey, yeah, get your chili up. Yeah, I admit that. Hey, black out. If they act out, yeah, I did that. Hey, what's up, though? I hit him. That's the
Extra point try now from Dicker. And we've got a good one brewing. Burrow knotted up at 14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. This is 2nd and 8. To throw, Young. And he's going to fire.
backfield. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Dayon Henley. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Young now. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A gain of 5. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Third down, Young from the gun. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 37. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Boy, Brandon, a missed opportunity there at the end of this first half. You'd love to give your guys a lead going into the break, but this effort doesn't find the mark, and that's going to keep things all square.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Now a deep one for Johnston. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So we are deadlocked at the break here, and the EA Sports Halftime Report starts now. Here's Scott Hanson.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Scott Hanson back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one, as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the third quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Scott, thank you very much. We are ready to get started here with the second half. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. You finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Here's Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he stopped immediately there. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now it's Herbert. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Partner just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Chargers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half.
But somebody gotta do it. Come on, put up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. 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 Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious, crazy.
Dicker down attack on the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the 2nd half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Young off the bootleg. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here is Young. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It'll be only surveyed on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
Third and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here for Davis. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers getting set to go. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
That one complete to McConkey.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
They'll work inside here, Hampton.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this one finds McConkey.
He's brought down to the red zone at the 18 after a gain of 18. 1st and 10.
And the Chargers first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Herbert. Man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Out of the gun, Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And the Chargers are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Touchdown, Chargers. Lad McConkey, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Chargers go up by 2 touchdowns. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point up and good by Dickery. And the lead now up to 14.
Chargers 28.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Panthers offense and running back Rico Dowdle headed back onto the field. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now Young. Short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. Throwing, Young. And that throw behind his man. He missed it, incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
But we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Young. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I like how they worked the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
play fake. Now Young. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll make it second down.
Second and 6.
Looking to throw, Young. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. It'll be Young again. There's Trimble, the tight end. And the Panthers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Here's Young from the shotgun. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Young. That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's fourth and goal. Did they maybe play that too safely on third down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have fourth down to try and pick it up.
And his kick is indeed good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So now after the field goal, Fitzgerald back out there to send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away.
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football and be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Chargers, first down. First and 10.
And normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Sean Wharton, the one to get him to the ground on the defensive side.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
This offense so far on third down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way, it worked out.
It doesn't matter whether they scouted it or did they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Give here to Hampton.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Play action. It's Herbert. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards, the final tally.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. If they continue to throw these safe passes, who can blame them?
On the handoff, it's Hampton. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down.
He'll try again. And this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown, Chargers.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. Here in the fourth quarter, trying to get to the finish line. And here, they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101? Check that box.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
A three-score game here late. You could probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league,
Deion Henry
Able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Young to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to go up top again. And he is going to have a Panthers first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. No reason not to try it there. And they do indeed convert on 4th.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
Again, it's Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Young working out of the gun.
That's complete to Tremaine.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Out of the gun, it's Young. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throw out wide is incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Well, the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And in this situation with a lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. On the give, this is Hampton. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Here's Herbert. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's J.K. Scott now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Young. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. This is caught by McMillan. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. You're willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Young will set to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now 2nd and 3. Young now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Now here's Young. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And that one to the right side and incomplete. I think this is what this game's become now. And just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. To the air once more, Young. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
The decision made for him. They've got to go. It's 4th down. Here is Young. That one complete to the gap. And he's taken down inside the 30. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Southern California, so long, everybody.